Hello, I'm Kari, your intuitive counselor and happiness coach. And today I'm going to share with you some insights about Mercury retrograde you are probably not going to find anywhere else because people don't talk about this. There's so many people that talk about Mercury retrograde regarding like computers breaking down and communication, snafus, and signing contracts and all that stuff, including me. That's very important. And you really need to know about that because that's an essential aspect of Mercury retrograde. But there's a deeper meaning behind all of that. There's a deeper reason around all of that. And when you understand these deeper energies around Mercury retrograde, which I'm going to share with you, you can also have ways that you can take care of yourself during Mercury retrograde, which is also what I'm going to share with you. Some essential self-care techniques and why that's so important right now. So I want to give you a little background about why Mercury retrograde happens and how this is a very soulful, spiritual, and emotionally enriching time. So Mercury is the fastest planet in our solar system. It's zipping around. Mercury's quicksilver, is always on the go, and so are you, right? Like go, 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 do, do, do. We're always moving forward, right? So you're moving along with your intentions and what you want in life, and you're going about your business, and then Mercury retrograde happens. And this happens like clockwork every 88 days, like 3 to 4 times a year. And this is a gift from the universe. This is a gift from the heavens. Because Mercury is our fastest moving planet, and so is your mind. Mercury is associated with your mind and communication. So your mind, your conscious mind, is zipping along, going about your business, doing everything that you need to do. And what's happening is your energy body, your intuition is picking up all of this subtle information. So much information is coming at you every day. And as you're moving about your business and you're zipping along and you're just going about things, there's things that you miss. And also because your conscious mind wants things, right? Like you want to achieve your goals. You want to have your projects done. You want what you want, right? Conscious intentions. But what happens is during a Mercury retrograde, which is this gift that happens 3 or 4 times a year, as Mercury is appearing to move backwards, this is a time to go back and collect those pieces of information, those parts of your subconscious, those aspects in the depths of your psyche, those emotions even that have been unprocessed. This is the time for that. This is time for you to go back and collect these soul parts, collect these emotional insights, these intuitive downloads that you would normally overlook. And the reason you're not supposed to sign contracts or make major decisions during Mercury retrograde is because your mind is changing as new aspects are revealed. And this is why it's so important for you to act a little differently during Mercury retrograde, during these periods of time that you're meant to rewind, rejuvenate, renew. All the re words are E words. Anytime we have a retrograde in a planet, it's an internal process. So the internal process of Mercury retrograde is you going back and delving into these parts of your psyche that are giving you new pieces of information. You're also going to find new pieces of information that the universe will reveal to you. It's a very profound time. This is part of why I love Mercury retrograde, because when you know how to navigate it, what a gift. Like, who doesn't want to collect intuitive information that has been previously overlooked, right? So you want to change your mind during Mercury retrograde. You want to have new aspects revealed that are going to help you recalibrate, collect yourself. So when you move forward during these direct times, when you're in that full speed ahead mode, you're doing it where your heart, your mind, your soul are in alignment with your higher self, right? So there's essential self-care that needs to happen during Mercury retrograde. So that's why I am suggesting this to you now, so that during Mercury retrograde, you can do this. Now, the first aspect of self-care is to slow down. Remember, Mercury is a speed racer, right? So are you. So are we all. This is what it's like now, okay? Now, during these retrograde periods when you're meant to collect parts of yourself, if you're racing around, going about your business like the way you always do it, you're going to miss things. You're going to miss vital pieces of intuitive information that you're meant to capture. So you need to slow down. You may even find that you're sleeping more. You need to sleep more. You need to rest more. And something happens when you sleep. You dream. And when you dream, that's your subconscious giving you information. So you need to rest more. You need to slow down. Maybe you change up your exercise routine. Maybe you get new information about what makes your body happy to exercise. So when you're slowing down, maybe you want to do more stretches or deep breathing, anything that helps you wind down and get more in tune with this rhythm of going back, getting your body in a recalibration mode. And so if you're moving ahead very quickly with something, you're going to miss things. So that's why it's very important to slow down in whatever it is you're doing. It doesn't mean you need to do things very slowly. It just means that instead of forcing ahead with your plans or forcing ahead with things and rushing to get things done, you're going to miss out. And that's when the trickster energy happens. That's when the computers go haywire. That's when things break down. That's like the universe saying, easy now, speed racer. Okay? Cool it. So remember that. Slow down. Doesn't mean you need to do things slowly. Just slow your jets. Okay? So the second most essential aspect of self-care is to spend time in silence. That might mean meditating. That might mean daydreaming. So we have the night dreaming, right? That happens when you're asleep. You also need to daydream. You need to let that right brain wander and do its thing and collect information and feed you things. What happens is we live in a very overstimulating kind of society, right? So we're always on our gadgets, or like there's just a lot of stuff coming at you. You're sensitive, right? So if you're constantly taking in noise or words or information from outside sources or lights or stimuli or any kind of stimuli, outer stimuli, that just like overtaxes your senses and makes it harder for you to tune into your inner voice, which is giving you a lot of information. So as you take time in silence, again, meditation, you know what another wonderful way to tune into your inner voice as opposed to this outer stimuli is to journal. Because even though you're hearing your inner voice, you're tuning out all that outer stimuli. So you may want to write things down. Just take that time with yourself in silence, where you're letting go of so much external stimuli, so that all that information can just sift down and settle into your consciousness, so it can come to your awareness. So especially if you're a sensitive, you're an empath, an HSP, like me, like you, right? You don't realize you're overstimulated because of all this external output. So it's really important that you tune out the world and tune into yourself. So here's another essential, really, is to take salt baths. That's, again, time to yourself, right? Because you need time to yourself to process your intuition and emotions. And there's something about salt baths that is detoxifying for the body, but as well as your energy field. Because your energy is also picking up a lot of stimuli. And as you detoxify in a lovely, luxuriating salt bath, it gives you a chance, one, to have that time to yourself, right? Like you draw a bath, you're going to take that time and be in it. And the kinds of salt baths that I prefer are Epsom salt baths. I take a cup of Epsom salt or two and some lavender oil, which is also very relaxing. And the Epsom salt is detoxifying for your body, and that magnesium in the Epsom salt soothes your muscles as well, and it's incredible. And so while you're in that bath, You can meditate while you're there. You know what I like to do when I'm in an Epsom salt bath is I like to imagine that bath is filled with light. And as I go in there and I meditate while I'm in the bath, I imagine that light just dissolving away anything that doesn't belong to me and filling my whole aura with light. But it does this naturally. It does this energetically. And also for your body. Now you can use other salt. You can use Himalayan salt or Celtic sea salt or Dead Sea salt. Just not like iodized processed salt. It's probably not as good for you. You can add things like some people add apple cider vinegar or baking soda. There's lots of ways. Just you'll find your way. You don't need to make it complicated. Just take that time and do that. And it's wonderful. You'll feel so refreshed energetically as well as physically. Now, the fourth essential step towards self-care during Mercury retrograde is to clear your clutter. You're hearing a lot about that lately, right? Thank you, Netflix and Marie Kondo. It's a thing. It's a thing. When you have all this clutter in your environment, it's actually cluttering up your subconscious mind, and it adds more stimuli, right? So since this isn't a time for racing ahead with new projects, and it's a time for going back and clearing away and repairing and rejuvenating, it's a wonderful time to refresh and rejuvenate your home as well. And as you're clearing away that clutter, you're also clearing away things that are cluttering up your mind and your consciousness so that you can receive all those wonderful intuitive insights that are an essential part of this time. So those are some simple steps that you can take right now that really make the most of this energy. And what you'll see is you'll begin to notice more things. You'll begin to have things come up for you with new realizations and new revelations. So those are all RE words as well, right? Retrograde activities. And that's what happens when you take this time and use it wisely for what the universe meant for you to use it for, is to tune in and really gain this new perspective so that when Mercury goes direct, you can move forward with alignment, grace, and joy and enthusiasm. Now, I have lots and lots more resources for you about Mercury retrograde, and you may want to write the dates down on your calendar, and I'll have some of those resources for you in the links below. So make sure that you check out those resources that I have for you, because there's a lot to this, right? And also stay with me because I have so many more resources for you. So make sure you're signed up for my newsletter at karisamuels.com and you get my free numerology book. There's also your free numerology guide to Mercury retrograde below. So many resources for you. And if you've enjoyed this video, share it with your friends. I'm sure they will appreciate you for it, and subscribe here so that you never miss out on any new information. I'm so happy that I got to share this with you, and I thank you so much and wish you so much love for a marvelous Mercury retrograde. Bye for now.